Day to day, we lead busy lives, and we usually don't ever think of our immune system unless it's failing us. For some people, autoimmunity can result in which their own immune system attacks their body, and of particular interest is the autoimmune disease called Graves' disease, which attacks the thyroid gland. In a healthy person, two regions of the brain called the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland will work together to regulate the thyroid gland. The hypothalamus activates the pituitary gland to secrete thyroid-stimulating hormone, which is otherwise known as TSH. TSH travels through the body's circulation to the thyroid gland, which is located in the neck. The thyroid gland contains TSH receptors on its surface, and TSH molecules will bind to the receptors, kind of like an athlete shoots a ball into a hoop. This binding causes the thyroid to secrete thyroid hormones called T3 and T4 into the circulation. T3 and T4 then enter the nucleus of the body's organ cells, and once inside the nucleus, all of the T4 is converted to T3, and then the resulting T3 molecules bind to nuclear receptors to regulate the body's metabolic rate and the body's temperature. The thyroid also contains a built-in safety valve. When a critical level of T3 and T4 is achieved, a negative feedback loop occurs where T4 inhibits the hypothalamus. This inhibits the pituitary gland and halts the production of TSH. And without TSH, the thyroid can no longer produce T3 and T4. When a patient has Graves' disease, the body secretes thyroid-stimulating immunoglobulin, otherwise known as TSI, which acts as an autoantibody because they compete with TSH to bind the TSH receptors on the thyroid. This causes the continual secretion of T3 and T4, and the negative feedback loop is not useful because the thyroid is now ultimately being activated by TSI and not the hypothalamus. The increased levels of T3 and T4 in circulation cause excessive weight loss because the metabolic activity has become accelerated. The T3 and T4 also bind to receptors behind the eyes to cause fluid secretion and buildup, causing the eyes to bulge. The TSI attacking the thyroid results in an enlarged thyroid gland. Graves' disease is manageable. Antithyroid drugs inhibit enzyme thyroid peroxidase, which is necessary for T3 and T4 formation. The last resort of surgery partially removes the thyroid to achieve normal thyroid hormone levels. Lifestyle changes like regular exercise and avoiding smoking can increase the quality of life for those with Graves' disease. New clinical trials have yielded more treatments and encourage us to think optimistically for a future cure.